we'd like to say that in our opinion it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Oh, Lord, my bones hurt.
Yeah, you dummy, you've been deficient on this big fat vitamin D.
I do like when you clap my duty cheeks.
Grandma, how do I make a man happy?
You gotta keep his balls empty and his belly full and keep your pink canoe ready at all times.
Ma'am, what's your advice for keeping your man?
I opened my back door, Howard came in, and he never left.
How are you coping with the heat wave, sir?
Heat wave? It's just a nice summer's day, for fuck's sake.
How are you finding the weather today?
It's too warm. It's got me sweating like a blind lesbian at a fish market.
How are you staying safe in these high temperatures?
I've been drinking lots of water and I've had to smother my balls in Sudocrem. They've been chafing that much.
Excuse me, do you think it's too hot?
Yeah, it's way too hot. It's got me sweating like Philip Schofield at an under-18s disco.
What do you think of this heat?
Yeah, it's too warm. My arse crack is absolutely dripping with sweat.
Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
Oh, people, they're bloody rude. What? I'm waiting for him. Should I swear? Fuck. There you go, see? We're all being controlled, eh? Yes, Mr. Producer. Yes, I know I shouldn't swear because the algorithm keeps suppressing me. Did you know, did you know I put a bogus account together for this to look at the subscribers? So I became a subscriber from a bogus account, and when we have a new video, I don't even get a notification. That's why we're now running down. So I've got to try and control the swearing. Wrong t-shirt. I need a shave. Go some old titles, eh? Mark, go Les, go! No, don't fuck off. Well, hello boys and girls, it's good to be back, and we're doing a proper show again this week, and that chair is still squeaking. Now, the point of today's show is basically not global warming. We know what's going on. I've got some research I will share a little bit about. This is about spraying the atmosphere. So basically putting poison in the atmosphere. So a couple of weeks ago, the UK government came up with a scheme that's going to cost you over £66 million, and they're going to dim out the sun. Think about it. So on one hand, you've got this knob jockey, Ed Miliband, who's not a scientist, he's just a career politician, who's saying we're trying to be net zero by 2030. You can't make this shit up, boys and girls, honestly. You know it, and you're paying into it. And anyway, so he's going, we need to shut down all these farms, acquire all these fields and put in solar panels, while on the other side of the government they want to dim the sun down. Now, I'm not a scientist, boys and girls, but I do realise that solar panels rely on the sun, as we do, vitamin D. Do your research, right? So why they suddenly come up with this scheme that we will be dumbing down you via the sun? Now, I'm gonna tell you, make a cup of tea and come sit down, because I've got something to show you, right? These are just clips from people on their phones like you and I, and it's now getting everywhere. So I suggest, they're now saying, so it's legitimate now. Oh yeah, them chemtrails, they're not comtrails, they are chemical trails. They can now openly say, yeah, we said we're doing it. So I reckon, and you know and I know, they've been doing it for a decade or so anyway, and I'm just now going to show you a little clip back 2 years ago when I witnessed this myself from Lowestoft. Have a quick look at my clip. So this is Gary out roaming around this morning in Lowestoft. Nice blue sky, it was blue sky everywhere, and then this started happening. See that? Their airplanes keep coming in, and then they spray, and then they stop and they just carry on, and they now start to create this haze. All right, and it's all the planes dumped in the same area. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 recent ones, 5, and all of this is created from that. That end spreads out, and we end up with all of this. That and that. As I say, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You guys know that. Do your research. There's something going on. They're spraying in the atmosphere. And I'll tell you what, when you're spraying in the atmosphere, it's not good. I'm back again, folks. Bear with me. Another one, look. In the same area again. Why isn't it over there? Or anywhere else? Why won't it come in at the same angle as the others? That the spray starts there and then continues down to there. He's stopped now, and that one's now spraying there, and you can clearly see that's not vapor off wings. I think we're fucking stupid. So yeah, there's another one, look. So there's planes coming from it was probably an air base, and they're just concentrating right in this area for some reason. Do your research, folks. There you go. Oh, there's another one now coming over. Very strange, it's just in this one area. Right, so you can clearly see what's going on there. I literally saw these planes coming in at an angles. They'd start whatever they were doing. I'm not going to say they're spraying because I have no idea what's going on up there. But it clearly started with blue sky in front of me, and it ended up with this big haze over the frontal Lowestoft looking east towards Europe. Now, you can't tell me there's not something going on over Europe, over the UK especially. Now, don't say, oh, governments are very nice to us, because they're not. They actually speak a lot of fracking. I didn't swear, Les. You were gonna jump right in there. I'm being really careful this week with that. Anyway, so basically, I'm gonna leave this up to you. But there's my evidence. I did a time lapse as well, and that just didn't get close enough. Where I actually saw it actually start, and then whatever they switched, and then it just carried on going, and then as it got towards where you can see the sun is, it just stopped. And then about 2 hours later I went back, it was just a haze. Right, so that one went ignored as well, didn't it? Hey Les, point being, do you actually give a fuck? Make a comment, even if you disagree with me. I just feel I'm doing this on my own. These fucking arseholes in Parliament. Oh, for God's sake. Yes, I know I shouldn't be swearing. You know I get all wound up. I know. The algorithm. So you might have to share this if you want other people to see it. Now, on the dumbing down process, because they now saying they want to basically cool down the planet. This is the UK. Have you seen the size of the fucking UK? Now, in real terms, if I was a scientist, which I'm not, and then I wanted to stop the ice caps from melting, I'd most probably fly over the Antarctic and fucking dim the sun down there. Would that not make sense? So, if you look at the map of the UK or the world, and there's the UK, you're going to lose all your sunshine because you're going to save the planet. Hey! Honestly, Les, you can't make this shit up, and people are gullible enough to fall for it, eh? Honestly. What the fuck do they think we are? Bloody stupid? As I've said time and time again, I live near a military airbase. And there's not one chemtrail, comtrail, there's none out here at all. But in the UK, I just can't believe the money that's being wasted. So now we need to go back to the beginning, don't we, before I lose the thread again. We need to go, is the earth warming up? So I did some research, proper research here, not just go down one narrative. Now, 97% of scientists, 97% say we are under global warming because of humans, especially the last 100 years. So if you want to listen to the 3%, which a lot of you do because you send me all these fucking stupid videos from these 3%ers, right? I don't get it. So I've done some research. So it was, in summary, is the Earth warming up? Yes, Earth naturally goes into climate change itself, which it does. But the rapid warming we're seeing now is caused by humans. I don't disagree. Can I just say, I saw a piece yesterday on a New Zealand, this Miriam woman, she's travelling New Zealand, 2-part episode, it's really quite good, quite heartwarming about New Zealand. And these farmers on their farm, in the middle of nowhere, on the South Island, with a couple hundred fucking bloody sheep as well, and all these moo cows, right, are being blamed for global warming. And then you do a zoom out, there's fucking thousands and thousands of acres of greenland and forest, and then there's them little moo cows in the far corner. Oh bollocks. But on another note, I'll just let you have a think about this one while we're on the moo cows. McDonald's get through 500,000 cows a year just in their paddocks. Where the fuck do all these cows come from, Les? I don't see a massive 500,000 cows for McDonald's. I think it's 60 billion pates. And that relates to 500,000 cows. Fucking tax McDonald's! Not the fucking farmers! Gee, supply and demand, ever heard of that one? No. Anyway, sea levels have risen significantly in the past century, largely to do human-driven global warming, which I do know, and it's between 20 and 25 centimetres. It's not like, you know, you get these idiots going, this is climate change, and then they get a fucking flood. That's a fucking flood! We've always had floods. Then we have a heat wave, global warming. No, we get heat waves, and it's not a heat wave, it's a hot fucking summer. Gee whiz, cold, it's very cold. Well, make your bloody mind up. Oh, it's windy now, is it? Gee whiz. I think there's a degree of con going on here, but I do agree we've got to do something. So their way out of this, so it's the CO2 levels. You know all these fucking trees are all carbon. They suck the shit out of fucking CO2 and then they bring, let me think, I got it all wrong. Have I? CO2, oxygen, CO2 sucks it in, oxygen comes out, they're the lungs of the world. You get all these trees, they've not sucked all the moisture, we don't feed these trees, do we? Right? They fucking breathe off the shit that comes off us, literally. You know, farting and all that other stuff, right? The carbon in the air, so they are carbon based. Did I make that make sense? Oh geez, I'm just trying to bring out my geography, little island, and want to save the planet, but you know, science, it's basic. They're the lungs of the planet. So instead of putting fucking solar panels everywhere, why don't they fucking grow trees? Bring back the forests. England was just one big forest once upon a time. Have you made your cup of tea? Yes? Right. We're now going to go into a little clip I put together. These are just random people from around the world. Seems to be most of it from the UK. As I say, they're saying they will be spraying now. They've been fucking doing it for donkey's years. I've shown you my clip. These are a few other people. Some of them are even more extreme. Don't you ever fucking look up? No! Don't you ever look up? Honestly. Run the clip, Leslie. I need a break. I was going to say coffee. I need a drink. I need a beer now. Cool, go on.
about chemtrails for such a long time, and it's not condensation, and now the Met Office has absolutely confirmed what they're doing. Deflecting the sun, reflecting the sun.
Geoengineering or climate engineering generally falls into two specific categories. The first of which is called carbon dioxide removal, which, as the name suggests, is basically capturing carbon from the atmosphere and storing it. The second method is what's known as solar radiation management. Now, solar radiation management differs from carbon dioxide removal in that what you're trying to do is reflect an additional amount of sunlight back out to space. So solar radiation management is basically trying to reflect sunlight back out to space.
Tinfoil hat fact of the day.
That's not normal.
That poison.
Just your daily reminder.
Chemtrails falling from the sky.
If I was somebody with the money and somebody with the will to dim out the sun, this is how I do it. I've got to be honest, it's a very effective way. I would put something into the fuel of regular passenger jets that fly over that left clouds that, once the wind got on them, would spread the clouds out across the sun.
Fuck's sake, I think I'll work indoors today. Holy cow. But yes, just condensation.
These were taken 20 minutes apart. Why does it do this again? Well, well, well.
Calling this a sunny day. But supposedly, not a cloud in the sky. I'm sorry, but the sky is completely white. The sky is frickin' white. What kind of blue sky is this?
Look at the sky.
Thin cover of cloud, and it's all stemming from what has come out with the aeroplanes. So what is it? Different fuel than it used to be, different atmospheric conditions than it used to be. We never used to see skies like this years ago. So is it geoengineering? What is it? Let me know.
You guys could just stop doing this, please. They've been doing it all day. It was beautiful blue skies. And it's still amazing out here, but gee, many frickin' Christmas, dude, stop it.
So, let's play a game where you spot the clouds and you spot the haze from the chemtrails. So I'll give you a little clue. That's haze, chemtrail haze. And there's real clouds with chemtrail haze in front of them. You see the difference? Hard not to, but you know, look at that one.
Good morning everyone, this is Leeds. Blue skies, a few natural clouds. Let's see if these trails stay, expand and fill the sky. But today there should be a clear blue sky. Right, so here we go. This is an hour later. The sky is slowly getting filled with these lines that expand, that do not disappear. So this is an hour later so far. This blue sky is slowly turning grey and white. I'll be back again. Right, here we are now. It's 1 in the afternoon, a couple of hours later, and look, every time we get a blue sky, every single time, every day. This didn't used to happen. Yes, there's always been aeroplanes, there's always been lots of aeroplanes, but the trails never stayed in the sky and then just covered the sky in a blanket of grey crap. I can look at the sun. I haven't got sunglasses on. I'm staring right at the sun. The sun is dimmed out. It's not even warm on my face. Right, they're just random clips I've put together, right, off Facebook, people posting, right, wondering what's going on. I don't get when there's something in the atmosphere that the Earth doesn't like, we're now going to try, and they're calling it an experiment, so they don't know what it's going to do. We don't have, why don't we have the right to choose? So they're going to spray you, whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. So I was looking, while you were looking at that clip, carbon from fossil fuels has a specific blah, blah, blah signature that goes into the atmosphere. CO2 rise matches exactly, so the CO2 has risen exactly the same as when we use coal, oil and gas burning. Now, on that gas burning, I've got to say, gas and coal and oil. Oil is another one. There seems to be an abundance of it, doesn't it? Where they say, and where did dinosaurs go roaming and all this fossil fuel? Go back on that. Go back on the Rothschilds. They got scientists to call this oil fossil fuel. It was all trampled down millions of years ago. It was trampled down millions of years ago, and they drill up to 2 miles down to get it. Just have a think on that, and it's still coming up. And then as it drains out, like in Texas, they close down the well, leave it 10 years and reopen it. Think about it. Fossil fuel my ass. That's another conversation, isn't it? But I don't get, like in New Zealand, like in the UK, right now, we got coal plants and we're not allowed to fucking get our own coal, which is cleaner and where we're getting it from other countries, and it's more expensive. So we as a consumer are paying more because they want to perceive us as green. I get, as you change the technology, then you flip the switch, eh? So you still use your coal, not someone else's coal, and perceive yourself as green because you're fucking not. You just keep using your own coal till we have the system in place that makes us cleaner. But in the meantime, our prices don't go up. In the UK, all the mines have been closed. You still got coal plants, and yet you're importing the coal. Why don't you, like Ed Miliband is an absolute fucking 100% knob jockey. Why didn't they keep the coal mines open? Because they're still burning coal, and then as they flip the switch more to greener enterprise, you know, then you've not fucking chastised your fellow countrymen by all these excess prices. You get where I'm coming from. I went in a roundabout way then. Keep the mines open, wait till you're carbon neutral, then flip the switch, close the mines, close the power plants, and then we're all nuclear. Because now they're doing Sizewell C at £16 billion. I remember Sizewell C was being talked about 25, 30 years ago, and now they're actually going to build a nuclear plant. It's alright, it doesn't put shit in the atmosphere, but that certainly isn't a good way to go green, is it? If you see me, you see what I mean, especially with the, you know, carbon footprint over 1,000 years. And, well, we just do it and we'll let someone else clear it up later on, which is exact. Fucking put it on the moon. So, yeah, that's all a bit of bananas. I'm now just gonna say goodbye because I just can't see any point. I really can't. What, you want to do what? I'm not doing food for thought. Oh, shut up. Film review. Oh, I've got one. Right, I've got a good one. Granville. Have a look on Netflix. We might talk about it next time. Over 75 people died on there in that building that went up. I've just watched the doco on Netflix. It's harrowing. Netflix is doing a series of called Shipwreck docos each week, one each week. Brilliant. And have a look at the other doco about that American black singer, fucking knob jockey. Again, I can't remember his name.
Travis Scott live is an experience. His fans look at him like he's the messiah of music.
Because people were falling on me.
Is it 911?
It was crazy, man.
People are dead and hundreds others hurt.
One lawsuit claims the festival was a, quote, predictable and preventable tragedy.
He had that concert and 11 people died at his concert while he was singing to them in the crowd while they're being crushed and died, right? That one was a brilliant one because also at the end of it, it told you who the people were that organised the event. He never apologised. He said it was not his fault. Then he had a big concert last year. Yes, a very big concert and made $220 million. Yes, and he used the same company that killed them 11 people and no one was ever prosecuted. He loves his fans, eh? So have a look at the Granville one. I remember watching that when it was happening. It was terrible. No one's been accountable for it, even though all the evidence is there. Under David Cameron, deregulation of councils, allowing them to do this shit. There's emails everywhere that says, yeah, hey, the UK is an open market for this shit and all that stuff. Even the ministers are, yeah. Just watch it. So that's it this week on my little show. Have a think on spraying, good or bad. Do you think the UK are a leading light and are going to save the planet from that little island if they dim the sun out? Anyway, you have a good summer, we're having a good winter, and make the most of it because this time next year you might just be living under a toxic haze. Ta-tas, till next time.
Oh, God, blimey.